Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Actually, it's now trending with all of us except for Riggins today.
Our manager, Adam, is in town, and he took Riggins away from the show today to go have big meetings with people wearing dress clothes.
Oh, that's fun. So here's what's trending. Gypsy Rose Blanchard at the top of the list of what's trending. She is pregnant. She announced yesterday afternoon that she is pregnant. So she's pregnant with her former fiance. Now, this was the guy she was with when she got out of jail.
No. She was engaged to a guy while she was in the penitentiary.
Right.
Then he broke up with her, and then this other guy came along, and she got engaged to him and actually had a penitentiary wedding with him. And they were together when she first got out of the penitentiary.
Okay.
And then since she's been out, she and the husband have split up, and she's gone back to the other guy she was engaged to in prison.
Okay, I didn't realize she and the first guy split up, and then she got married to this new guy before she got out of prison. I thought that happened after she got out of prison. So, okay, so this is not the guy that's in the documentary then.
I haven't gotten to that part in the documentary, but I think they keep talking. The parts I've seen, they talk about him trying to come back around.
Yeah, so
I don't know where the documentary goes, but I think it covers them splitting up and her going back to him.
Okay. So either way, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is pregnant. Also trending, a United Airlines flight just dropped a tire yesterday. No big deal. They're already under investigation for safety practices, and a tire fell off a flight from L.A. to Denver. They got to Denver, landed safely. Nothing to see here. We're okay. They're prepared for those sorts of things. Shrek 5 is trending. Apparently coming July 1st. I didn't know this. I don't know how have we talked about this? Shrek 5?
I don't think so.
There's a new Shrek. Shrek 5 comes out July 1st, 2025. I'm sorry. So maybe that was the announcement yesterday, was that Shrek 5 is coming out July 1st of 2025. And one other note, it's trending. It's being talked about, but there's really no proof that it's true. Will Smith is reportedly begging the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences to end his 10-year Oscar ban for slapping Chris Rock. He's got 8 years to go. And according to the story, Will Smith has begged to come back in, and they've pretty much said, until you and Chris Rock publicly make up, no, you're not going to get back in. And they're not going to allow him back in. So until Chris Rock says he's okay, he won't be okay.
What does it matter?
What does it matter?
If you're Will Smith, you don't need them. You don't need to go through that hassle.
He already won that award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he already pointed out that In Touch Magazine is running the story. And they say he's begging for them to lift the ban in part because he apologized and because the success of Bad Boys Ride or Die has proven that he's still a movie star. And then they need to have him, and it's an important part of his life and career.
If they need you, they'll come get you, Will. Yeah. How about that?
And that is what's now trending.
There is a woman on the TikToks who has a special way of setting up play dates for her children. And she has gotten the mommies across the country outraged. So we'll let you weigh in on whether or not you think this is a good idea or not. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I try not to use, and especially when my kids were little, I try not to use terms like play dates. We didn't have play dates when we were kids.
Yeah. Played with kids.
Yeah, you want to come over and play.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want to put children together romantically. I
never would have looked at it that way, but
as
okay.
a date, yeah. I don't like that. But there's a mom on the TikTok who says that she does something for the play dates that her children have that some moms are getting mad about. She charges the moms of the other kids when they come over to her house to play with her kids. What? She gives them, an itemized list of things for, reimbursement of snacks and of this or that. So it's almost like she's charging them as a babysitter would for their kids to get together and play.
Wow. Does she invite, like, hey, would you like to come over and have a play date?
Yeah, it's just
like
her kids' friends. And instead of, most of the time first of all, if I went over and played and hung out with a little kid when I was young, and that kid didn't live in my neighborhood, it was a pretty big deal. It was, there weren't many instances where my parents had to take me to somebody else's house to hang out with them or to play. And it may have been just because of the small town issue or not. If that happened, it was a spend the night thing. You're going to spend the night with, Jason or whomever. But it was a trade-off when my kids were little. If we had some kid come over and hang out for the day, then their mom would say, hey, it's all right. So next time, let's get together next week, and then she can come to our house. So it's a trade-off that way. But I don't know whether she asks for the money up front, like a per diem or something, or she just says, I said that earlier about giving them an itemized list of expenses. I don't think she really does that. I was exaggerating. But, I mean, the gall, there is no way. If you can't, you don't need to have them come over.
So essentially, you invite a kid over to play with your kid. They come over, they play, they get them, and then you send them a text says, hey, just so you know, your part of the play date today was $25.
Or when they pick up the kid or you drop the kid back off. Hey,
your part was $25.
You owe me $25.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, that's the same way with the way you did it, your parents did it, the same way that I did it. If somebody invited me over, well, then you invite them over the next time, and your parents pick up the tab. Or there's something else that's good. We're going to go out to eat. You want to go out to eat with us? That kind of thing, whatever.
So here is a text exchange. Right. Said, you owe me for supplies. What supplies? Chalk, $1. Applesauce, $1. Fruit, $1. Sat on the couch, wear and tear, $1.
What? Sat on the couch?
Broke an LOL doll, $5. 3 juice boxes, $2. So, and this could be just complete bogus with her, playing a trick on the internet. Right. But it's close enough to believable either way. Did you look at that? That's where some people may be in our society in the gall department.
That is crazy.
I love the wear and tear on the couch.
Wear and tear on the couch.
That's $1.
$1 for this apple juice.
All right, so maybe you want to start doing that. I don't know.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Sorry, I didn't have your mic turned on.
It's almost a prerequisite to be able to work on the Ace and TJ show. We have to know that you love Taco Bell, because we don't want anybody arguing about whether Taco Bell is good or not.
And also, you're weird if you don't like Taco Bell.
And that's a sign, we're not going to want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Because Taco Bell, not only are their products delicious, but they're very clever in their marketing and everything. Other than the fact that this is happening in California, I think this is a great idea. Taco Bell's opening a retirement community for young people. It's called The Cantinas, and it'll be open for 1 weekend, August 17th and 18th. So what they're doing is they're trying to attract Gen Z customers by leaning on that, what they call grandma core.
Because young people like to do a lot of old people things these days.
Yeah, so
crocheting and stuff.
They've got day passes where you can just go hang out, and that's $50, or $150. You get to stay the 2 nights, plus a quote unquote elevated Taco Bell dining experience and access to various old people activities, pickleball tournaments, painting classes, knitting circles, crochet, all of that kind of stuff.
That's an awesome idea. Yeah. I love that.
I think it's really cool. But you have to be a Taco Bell rewards member to go. But that's not a big deal because anybody can join.
Yeah. Is that their app or something?
Yeah. And do you get points on that, Rob? Reward points?
Yeah.
And how many points do you have right now? Or do you never accumulate many because you spend them as soon as you get them?
I don't know, but I can find out because it's on my phone and I use my phone as the camera, so I can't really check.
Oh, you can't look right now because you're filming.
Broadcasts. Okay.
I'm going to try and log in on their website and see if I can do it.
Okay. Would you be interested in going to something like this, Rob?
I mean, if I lived in the area, I would, but I'm not going to travel for it.
He doesn't want to do any of these activities, though. He doesn't want to play golf or crochet or any of that kind of stuff. No, he just wants the elevated Taco Bell dining experience.
But $150 for the night is not a bad deal.
No. 2 nights.
I'm curious what it looks like, how it's set up. Are they like little houses? Is it really a community? Like you and your friends would get your own little house, with like a 2-bedroom house to stay in or something?
Yeah, and it must be like maybe a section of a neighborhood or something if they've got pickleball courts and all that other stuff.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I looked up how many points I have. It is 37,247 is my lifetime earnings on Taco Bell, and 250 points gets you a free item. So,
wait,
wow!
So you get a free item for 250, and you've got 32,000.
That's my lifetime total. I only have one reward available because I use them all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, they burn a hole in his pocket.
Oh, you got to get that cheesy gordita crunch. It's one of the items you can get for free.
Yeah.
So. What are you guessing that an elevated Taco Bell dining experience would be? Just like regular Mexican food?
I don't know. They have like 5 ingredients they use, so I don't know. I don't know. Exactly.
Would it be that they actually do what a Mexican restaurant would do? Just bring out a burrito and red sauce and fajitas and whatever else?
Is Taco Bell going to be like a sit down meal?
That's what I'm saying. It could be the only difference.
Just so you know, for every $1 you spend, you get 10 points.
Wow. Okay. I got to digest that.
Oh, God.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. They use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Don't be alarmed. This is not a best of Ace and TJ show from the early 2000s. But Eddie Vedder is in the news.
Pearl Jam lead singer Eddie Vedder?
Yeah. I didn't know he had had an illness that forced the band to cancel some shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But he says that his illness was it almost, here's what he said, almost felt like a near-death experience. Now, what in the hell does that mean? It almost felt like a near-death experience. Does he know at all what he's trying to say?
Yeah, I'm trying to work that backwards. So it's not quite a near-death experience.
Yeah.
But it didn't really feel like a near-death experience. It feels like it was almost a near-death experience.
Did he watch somebody have a near-death experience? Is that what this is?
It's like the woman that used to work with us who told us that she almost had a near-death experience yesterday. I almost had a near-death experience. But he even added to that he almost felt like he had a near-death experience.
So it's like a near-death experience once removed. Is it?
Say what?
I almost felt like I had a near-death experience.
It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo is what that is.
Yeah.
My brother called me and told me he had a near-death experience, and I felt it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I almost felt it, Rob.
Right,
He
right.
almost felt like a near-death experience.
Yeah.
Did he say what was wrong with him? Or
I didn't read any further. That's all I needed.
You know, TJ didn't read past about line 2 of that story.
I pondered over that for about a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what is he trying to say? How could that be possible?
It almost felt like it was a near-death experience.
And then he said, you just realize how precious this life is when you almost feel like you've had a near-death experience.
I'm looking at it now, and it says that he said it felt like chest bronchitis. It was something.
Oh, there you go.
So he doesn't even know.
It felt like bronchitis. It was something. Well, thanks. What a great! It was something. What'd you have? It was something.
Yeah, well,
Biggest non-story ever.
I'm not a doctor, but it felt like bronchitis. Have you ever had bronchitis? I don't know. Well, how you know what it feels like? I could tell. And then he could have had something really serious that we don't need to be laughing about. But he's the one that's using the word salad.
He brought it up.
He didn't know what he was saying.
He's the one trivializing it.
I almost felt like I had a near-death experience. I'm gonna start saying that all the time. Yeah. Anytime something's uncomfortable, I'm gonna say it almost feels like a near-death experience. Y'all better get ready. And if you see my wife today before I do, you tell her. He said this is what he's gonna be doing. It's gonna drive you nuts. Just add that to the list. Everything else he does, it drives me crazy.
Oh my God.
Well, it's easy for her to say. She's never almost felt like she's had a near-death experience.
The hottest trending topics. We do now trending. Coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean like my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Now trending. Riggins isn't here today, but it's still now trending.
That's the top trending topic.
Now, the hottest trending thing at the moment, the trailer for Gladiator 2. Over 12 million views in the first 24 hours since it came out.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. But yeah, 12 million views in the first 24 hours. That's a hot trending topic. Also, Love Island is the hot trending topic at the moment, especially on Twitter. Love Island, which is on Peacock Network and is on every morning in my home as my wife catches up from what happened the night before because it doesn't come on until 9 p.m. and she can't stay up until 10 to watch the entire thing.
It's on every night?
Every night, baby. Except for Wednesday. It's on, but Wednesday night is a recap, I believe.
Okay, so I could catch up tonight.
Yes. That is correct.
Well, they have to have it off so those people can go to church.
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
It's either maybe Wednesday night they're off, and then Saturday night is the recap or something like that. But it's on pretty much every night.
Yeah.
And I know that's the first part of her day every day is watching Love Island while she takes care of the baby, so she can kind of get caught up on what's happening. It is always trending in my home and has been since the show began.
And you're telling it.
Yeah.
Is it just for young people, young women?
That's the majority of the people who watch it. Young men might watch it just because the women are attractive and they're wearing bikinis the entire time.
Yeah, but I mean, they can see way more than that.
I know.
At any time.
I know.
For free.
Yeah.
Couple
They've
other
been raised on porn.
A couple other things that are interesting. Trending, Jay Leno explores the beast. this video that's on YouTube where Jay Leno goes inside the presidential limousine with Secret Service agents, and they show off some of the tricks and the different things about the presidential limousine. Oh. It's pretty cool. It's actually, I don't know, I think it's really cool. It's part of the show Jay Leno's Garage that's on YouTube. Well, it's very cool.
I thought it was Mr. Beast instead of The Beast. So I was like, evidently Mr. Beast, the influencer, is a car buff like Jay Leno.
What a collaboration.
The Beast, yeah.
One of the other big things trending today is that Gypsy Rose Blanchard announced that she is pregnant yesterday. It's been trending since the announcement.
Well, and we were just talking about, had a whole rundown of what's going on with her on TJ's podcast yesterday. And then later on in the day, not long after that, well, I was just getting bombarded with messages. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Evidently, I'm the Gypsy Rose Blanchard expert and insider.
You're the person that brought it to my attention.
For the whole nation of normal people.
Yeah, that's how I learned about it, was from you originally. So
I'm proud.
2015 is when she went to jail, when they killed her mom in 2015, she and her ex-boyfriend. And then the guy that she's having the baby with is the guy that she was originally
she got engaged to him
when she was in prison.
Right. Okay. And then they broke up, and she got engaged and married to another guy. And then they split up after she got out, and then she went back to the first.
Yeah, they split up in March or whatever, and she got back with this guy in April, and now they're pregnant, expected a baby in January.
It's very un-Louisiana-like, though. The whole situation, Louisianian to heart.
Very stable household that baby's coming into.
Yeah, and one cool story that's trending, there's a 78-year-old guy in Massachusetts. His name is Tony Palladino, and he's trying to track down a woman who saved his life at a Rolling Stones concert a few weeks ago. Start Me Up was playing, the opening song of the show. He had cardiac arrest, and this woman climbed over the chairs and gave him CPR until the emergency techs could get to him. And literally, they said she saved his life. He has no idea who she is. He wants to find her, just give her a big hug, looking for anybody who can help him.
Can I have a hug? Yeah. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So every Tuesday on the Ace and TJ show, we do group therapy. And yesterday's edition of group therapy has gotten almost 300 comments on our Facebook page. I'll try to make this as quick as possible because the point is there's a word that's being thrown around that is the trendy condition these days. I don't know if condition is the proper word, but long story short, woman told her husband there's a lady in her office she doesn't like because the rumor is that this woman got her job by hooking up with the older boss.
In his office.
In his office, yeah. And so turns out the wife found out after the fact that the husband had actually gone and helped this woman who is his coworker because she had been in a car wreck. And he picked her up and took her home after she'd been in this car accident. She called him for help. And now the woman says, I want to buy you lunch, for helping me out. The wife is livid. The husband's like, what? What did I do? She's a coworker. What am I supposed to do? She's like, you were in the car alone with her, blah, 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 this whole thing. All of that to get to the point that we got a ton of reaction out of that yesterday. But in glancing through yesterday afternoon, the comments, the word narcissist is thrown around. And it occurred to me, that's the hot thing these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I said that 2 years ago, that everybody who you disagree with or who speaks up for themselves or whatever is a narcissist.
Yeah.
According to most people.
In looking through this, people were pointing out, the fact that he even tries to defend himself shows his narcissism. Like, or is it just him being accused of something he's trying to explain it? And I'm not saying what he did was okay. What I am saying is that doesn't make him a narcissist. But he's being called a there are almost 300 comments, I guess, at this point. And there are a lot of people that are using the term narcissist. This is classic narcissism. Narcissism is toxic. And I'm like,
so they learned 2 words.
Yeah, right. He's not a narcissist. I don't see where narcissism is a part of this because it's all about him.
Well, that's not what a narcissist is.
Right.
A narcissist, a true narcissist, is someone who does not have or possess the ability to care about anything other than themselves. A narcissist is not just somebody who's selfish. But, you get these terms start going around, and people just glom onto them, and they accuse anybody of something that they disagree with as being a narcissist.
Yeah, it seems like that, though, is really the hot thing these days, is to call someone a narcissist. Or if your relationship is ending, you're breaking up with them because they don't take you into consideration. They're a narcissist. It's like, 9 times out of 10, I don't think people actually are narcissists in these situations at all. Because it's a pretty extreme condition to be really to be a narcissist,
And I was the first to point that out and predict it. Nobody ever listens to me. But that's what I said. You know why? Because I'm a narcissist.
Yeah. and I did find this interesting. One woman said, what was I supposed to do? That's lame. Well, it may be lame, but this is a difference between men and women. I do think there's a certain part of a guy's thought process is, well, what was I supposed to do? This is somebody I work with called and needed help. You just go help them because they're your coworker.
But why'd she call him?
Exactly. That's the thing.
There are other people working there.
Yeah, but he's in a bad spot there. Mm-hmm. But I just was fascinated by
the wife is a narcissist.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
It's the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I do not want to anger the barista community, but I saw this online and I thought I would share because I find it pretty interesting and pretty fascinating. Tipping culture is, one of those big arguing points these days. Everybody's talking about tips and people are asking for tips who have no business asking for tips, in my opinion. But you tip the barista. I get that when you go to get your coffee. But I saw this and somebody has a tipping hack. And they even said, I figured out a tip hack that is evil. It says, if you go to, say you go to Starbucks and you pay with your credit card, you put your credit card in the little thing, whatever, they flip it around, the screen flips around, and they, you punch the button for how much tip you want to give and ask you what percentage you want to tip. Their hack is, don't pay with a credit card. If you are a regular, this is a regular part of your life, go buy a $100 gift card for yourself and pay with that. Because when they don't use the credit card reader, they have to swipe your gift card at the register and then they just hand it back to you. They don't turn the screen around to ask you to tip.
If it's a gift card.
If it's a gift card. So if you go to Starbucks, according to this person, I don't know this to be true. Somebody can tell me if this is true or not. But according to this person, if you have a Starbucks gift card that you've purchased for yourself, you give that to them. They'll take it, swipe it, hand it back to you. Nobody bothers to ask you for a tip, I guess because it's within their own system or something. And the person that posted this online said, I realized this past winter. I now never tip. When my gift card runs out, I just get it recharged and I'm good to go.
But wouldn't you want to tip something?
This person apparently doesn't. I think a lot of people don't want to tip anything. I would feel like maybe it's the thing to do. You feel like you want to tip.
Now that they're making cash illegal for Americans to have, you can't just drop $1 or something in the thing.
Yeah, there were people that commented that said if you always, if you pay in cash, it's a lot easier to tip, $1 or whatever, or just not tip.
Wow.
In general. But I'm with you. I think you feel like you should tip them something. That's kind of part of the process. There's certain places that's part of the process. You tip your waiter, you tip your waitress, you tip the barista. I'm not tipping the lady at the dry cleaner.
Yeah, or the mail carrier.
That's the one that gets me too.
No, I do. I tip all of those people because I'm generous and loving and kind and empathetic.
The first time I saw that was the guys that pick up the trash left a note with a little envelope. They taped it to the trash can one year, and they did it to everybody in the neighborhood. Like, hey, it's holidays. If you want to feel the need to give us a tip. I was like, we good? Okay, I'm tipping the trash guys. This is a privately run company. Is that my job to tip them?
Yeah, and I left an envelope out for them the next day that just said, "Don't bet on the Panthers." Or no, it was the Hornets. I said, "Don't bet on the Hornets."
Don't bet on the Hornets.
That's your tip.
There's a member
Best tip ever.
A member of the radio family sent us a little note that we posted on our Facebook page. She made a demand of her husband when they got married, but is she being too controlling? Next,
this is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So men and women look at situations differently and approach things different, and that's part of what makes being in a relationship fun and interesting and frustrating. This lady sent us a message. It was for group therapy, but we wanted to go ahead and throw this out there. My husband had a motorcycle when I met him years ago. I've never liked the risk of riding one, and we always said that once we got married, he would sell it. I told him that once we got married, he was committing to me and my future kids, and I didn't want him putting his life at risk like that every day. Am I being controlling or logical? Shockingly, most people felt like she's being controlling. Like one lady said, controlling. If he knows his stuff and is responsible with his bike, you're selfish to take it away.
Now, as a person who is a motorcycle enthusiast, I can tell you that you can know all the stuff that you need to know, and it is more dangerous because of what other people are going to do.
Sure.
You know.
One lady named Helena said, we always said that once we got married, he would sell it, or is it I always said that once we got married, he would sell it? Another lady said, you're controlling. How about get on it and ride with him? She doesn't. No. She doesn't like it. She has no interest, and he probably doesn't want that either very often. But I was surprised. The vast majority of people said she's being very controlling. One person said, you're being logical and controlling.
Well,
logical is realizing the risk. Controlling is guilt tripping a grown man into doing something that he doesn't want to do.
But that was a deal ahead of time, right?
That's what she told him before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never liked the risk of riding one. We always said that once we got married, he would sell it.
Okay, well then, if they had that deal, then he should stick to it. If
Yeah.
he didn't want to do it, he shouldn't have agreed to it. But what kind of motorcycle? Did it say what kind of motorcycle?
No,
Because that would sway my opinion one way or the other.
No, it doesn't say.
Okay.
So if it's a Harley, it's different than riding.
Well, yeah, it's different than riding a sport bike. Yeah, because those are they're faster and more dangerous, and people ride them differently.
But it does make me wonder that one lady's comment. Did we always say that? Did we always say that we would sell it, or did she always say that he would sell it? Because there's a huge difference there. If he did already agree to it, you're right, TJ. Then at that point, he's like, "Well, yeah, I said I would sell it, so it's no big deal."
Yeah,
not a problem at all. But if she was always saying, "You're gonna have to get rid of that once we get married," and he was like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
Well, if she wants to, if she wants for sure for him to sell it, then she needs to insist every time he leaves on it that she go with him.
Oh, then he's just gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, he'll say, "Never mind, fellas, I can't. I can't go do that. I can't do that.
You don't want me bringing her along every time."
Yes, I'm just. If you know anybody who wants to buy it, just let me know.
Now trending, the hottest trending topics coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies, and Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Riggins is out today. Here's the hottest trending topics. Now, sometimes things trend, and I don't know why. I've tried to figure it out why Ashanti is at the top of the hottest trending topics at the moment on Twitter. And I don't know. Somebody shared an Ashanti Nelly video, and next thing you know, Ashanti performances and just clips of Ashanti are trending since the early 2000s. I don't know. Also, right up there with Ashanti is Tom Jones. I can't see why Tom Jones is trending. I don't know if today is his birthday or not, but I've seen about 10 different videos of Tom Jones performing and people raving about how great Tom Jones is. And he's one of the top trending entertainment topics of the moment.
I mean, I think at some point, like maybe at least once a week, someone who coined the term "sex bomb" should be trending and at the top of everybody's mind.
It is going to be a big year in 2026. Be prepared, because the announcement has come out that Toy Story 5 and Shrek 5. We already knew about Toy Story 5, but Shrek 5 just announced to be released July 1st. 2026. The lineup of movies to be released in 2026: Shrek 5, Toy Story 5, Avengers 5, The Batman 2,
The Click 5,
along with The Mandalorian. Rob, The Batman 2. I get all the different Batman movies confused. Who was the last Batman?
Robert Pattinson.
That's right. Okay, I haven't seen the Robert Pattinson version. So that'll be the second one with Robert Pattinson at the helm as Batman.
Yep.
And Rob, is it true that what is that Star Wars show that you're watching now that was the latest one?
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte
Right.
is also trending now.
Was it true that they were hiding the bad reviews of that from people?
I don't think so.
Like the New York Times or somebody was some company was hiding the bad reviews of it.
I don't think so, because I've seen plenty of them.
Okay. Yeah, me too. You're the only person that likes it.
Yeah, but I did see, Rob, that your other show, X-Men 97, is trending today because they've announced the next season is already in development. So it is going to carry on. It is going to carry on.
They've had 96 of those movies already?
Right.
That is crazy.
The hottest trending trailer, though, at the moment is Gladiator 2. The official trailer in a day has done over 12 million views. which is just ridiculous and huge. But it does look really good. I loved the first Gladiator movie.
Yeah, it used to be if a trailer got that many views, it was because there was like a standoff or something in the news.
Also, we mentioned it several times today, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard is trending because she has announced that she announced Tuesday afternoon that she is pregnant, expecting a baby in January. And if you're a gamer, although this isn't your speed, Rob, but EA Sports is trending again because I think it's next week that the new college football game is set to be released.
Yeah, and they said Arch Manning will be in it, even though he said he wasn't going to be a while ago.
Okay. So, from a TV standpoint, Love Island is now trending as well. And that's what's now trending.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, a few minutes ago, Ace was talking about this thing that's gone viral with somebody advising on how you can get out of tipping a barista. And barista this is just a weird thing with me, I know. But that's a word I don't like. It's kind of cringy to me. Why? Barista. I don't know. It's the coffee person or whatever, but it's Italian. And
it feels like a foreign word.
Well, it goes with, it's not even used correctly in U.S. America because it goes along with the espresso made coffee drinks, which would be Italian coffees and whatever. So now they're called baristas.
Okay.
But a barista in Italy is a bartender. That's the word for bartender.
I didn't know
so
that.
They're not a bartender. And you go, but it's an Italian thing, and they're serving Italian coffees and so forth and so on. But when you go to an Italian restaurant, they don't call the waiter a cameriere, which is the Italian word for waiter. I think that's close.
Okay.
Or camerera, which would be waitress. You don't call them that at, dang old Olive Garden.
Right.
So why do we have to call a person who makes coffee that is considered Italian barista?
So actually, in Italian, the barista is
a bartender.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
how did we switch it to being exclusively? Well, a barista is essentially a coffee bartender.
Didn't Starbucks start it that way?
I think so. Yeah.
And they're the ones who are to blame. Then.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
because all of their stuff is like venti and all of that, but
and
they're
I don't
misusing it.
And I don't know what I'm ordering when I go to Starbucks. I don't know. I don't know the sizes. I don't know. I went to the Starbucks inside the grocery store for my wife the other day, and she wanted a venti, and make sure they put it in a venti cup, not a Trenta. Is that the next one up or something? Because sometimes they'll put her drink in a Trenta cup. She gets the iced coffee, and she doesn't like it in a Trenta. She wants it in a venti or what? I don't know. And I'm reading it off my phone, literally reading the text message off my phone. And then I said, I'd like a medium French vanilla cappuccino because I don't know what size is what.
Well, and Riggins always talks about his order is leave a little room, or don't fill it all the way to the top. But it's just that I don't like the term barista. Mainly because it's being misused. So this is the beginning of the revolution to stop the word barista in America. It starts here today.
Good for you, TJ. Take it a step.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, you know, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
When you have a cold, think about this question. I've never thought about this until I saw it posted yesterday. How do you know when you're well? And the person's point was they had a cold on Friday, and they knew they were feeling better yesterday because they thought, I think I'll have a drink today. And I was like, I never thought of that. They said at that point, that's when they realize when they feel like having a drink again, they're like, oh, I must feel good enough to have a drink after work today.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they know they're well. So they felt bad Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no drinking. Tuesday, I feel like I'm having a drink. Oh, I guess I'm well.
Well, when I was a disgusting smoker, I knew when I would have a cigarette and it wasn't laborious. I've got bronchitis or whatever, but I'm still addicted to the cigarette. I would smoke it, but not enjoy it. But then, once it came back to, okay, I like this now,
like,
so I must be well. Yeah,
I'm feeling better today.
Must be okay.
Yeah, think about that. There's got to be something you do that lets you know, oh, I'm feeling better now. I must be getting well. Do you have anything, Rob?
Not really.
I think mine is usually, I don't know that I have one specifically, but I started thinking about it since yesterday. It's got to have something to do with appetite.
Yeah.
Because when I get sick, I don't care. I just want to eat something and be left alone. I don't eat a lot. But I guess once I start eating again, or maybe even having snacks, that might be the sign that I'm getting well. I don't know.
Or maybe when I don't make this sound. Because, I'm not a complainer or a big baby like women say most men are when they're sick. I'm not like that. But when I'm alone and stuff and I try to breathe and that sinus headache, when you take a step, it pounds.
So if you just are commenting, because I've had this conversation with my wife, she thinks I'm complaining, and I'm not. I'm just kind of talking in general, because I just kind of do that about stuff. If you say something like, man, I cannot get my head to clear up today, that's not me complaining about it. I'm just kind of talking out loud. Does that make sense?
Of course, that's my life.
And she's like, you've been complaining about this all day. I'm like, no, I'm not. I haven't complained about it once.
That's my life, Ace. For my whole adult life, any observation I make that I say something seems wrong, then it's me complaining, being grouchy or whatever. So same thing, yeah. They're crazy.
She's like, yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you I'm just kind of making a comment about how I feel.
Now I'm complaining about you saying I'm complaining.
Exactly.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money. And it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Ace, I know your wife is a big champagne drinker. She drinks the champagne because of lower calories in that than other alcohol beverages.
Got a lot of cheap champagne in my house, man.
Does she drink wine very often?
Not as often, but she will. She will have a glass of wine.
You know what's a viral trend now people are on is orange wine.
What is orange wine?
It's wine made with oranges and it's orange flavored.
I thought maybe you put orange juice like in white wine or something.
No, it's a full-on wine. It's from the UK, which is suspicious right there because, they're not great when it comes. You don't think of them as being full of taste. When it comes to food and things like that, but it's a rosé orange hybrid, and they're saying good things about it. I mean, now I love orange. Orange is one of my favorite flavors of anything, food or drink, and I would give this a shot if it tastes like orange. I wouldn't hit a dog in the butt with it if it tastes like rosé.
Yeah, it says like nothing you've ever tried before.
Yeah,
but it's a white wine that tastes more like a red wine, a rosé. Is a rosé a red wine? Am I showing my lack of knowledge?
No, rosé is the pink wine.
Pink wine. Okay.
Yeah. Light pink, not white Zinfandel pink.
Right.
It's different.
So rosé is then it's kind of a hot wine these days, but it used to be cheap wine, right?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not as expensive as a lot of the other wines.
I just remember because it used to be in a box in my house.
No, that was Franzia. That's white Zinfandel. Rosé is different. Okay. They look kind of alike.
I get them confused,
but they don't taste alike, and their customer base is different.
And their customer base is different.
But I mean, I would like orange wine.
I'd try that.
But then again, masculine men aren't supposed to drink rosé. You're not even supposed to order it unless you're ordering it for your woman,
the lady.
Yeah, and then especially as a masculine man, should never ask for a frosé.
A frozen rosé.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
slushy,
like a
wine slushy. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you don't want no.
Okay, for a man to ask for a frozen margarita.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A gay man. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.